In this lecture, we will study the tracing of curve. Generally, we can call drawing of a curve, but why we have to draw the curve or why we have to trace the curve? Because for evaluating arc length, area bounded by the curve and volume of revolution, if we want to calculate, then first we have to draw the curve or else we have to trace the curve. Generally, there are three types of curve. First one is Cartesian curve, second one is polar curve, third one is parametric curve. And in this lecture, first we will study procedure of tracing a Cartesian curve. Some points we have to know to trace the Cartesian curve. In that, first one is symmetry. If we change y to the minus y in the given equation of the curve, means in place of y we have to fill minus y, then if the curve is unaltered, then the curve is symmetric about the x-axis. Or else, if the equation contains only even powers of y, then we can also call it is a symmetric about the x-axis. For example, y square is equal to 4ax. Here, if we filled y as a minus y, then the curve remains same. You will get a y square is equal to 4ax curve only. Therefore, y square is equal to 4ax curve is symmetric about a y-axis. Now, we will symmetric about the y-axis. If we change x to the minus x in the given equation of curve, that is, in the given equation of curve, if we fill in place of x minus x, then if the curve remains same, or else curve, if it is unaltered, then curve is symmetric about a y-axis. Another way we can verify that, if curve contains only the even powers of x, means whatever powers of x are there, only if there are even, then we can call that curve is symmetric about a y-axis. For example, x square is equal to 4ax is a given curve. Here x power is 2. Therefore, if you fill x is equal to minus x in this curve, then the curve is unaltered. Therefore, x square is equal to 4ay is curve is symmetric about a y-axis. Next point is symmetric about the both the axes. Here you have to fill x is equal to minus x and y as a minus y. If the curve is unaltered, then it is symmetric about the origin. That means the curve should have even powers of x and also the even powers of y. Then that curve is symmetric about the both the axes. For example, x square plus y square is equal to a square is the curve which is symmetric about the both the x and y axis. And also second, one more example we can give, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. This is also the symmetric about the both the axis, or else symmetric about the x and y axis. After that, we have to find whether the curve passes through the origin or not. If the given equation does not contains the constant term, then we can decide or we can know that curve is passes through the origin. If it does not contains the constant term, then it is passes through the origin. Then we can calculate tangents at the origin. That is, if a curve passes through the origin, then we can calculate the tangents at the origin. Then how to calculate the tangents at origin? We have to get the equation of the tangent at origin, we have to equate lowest degree terms in x and y to the 0. Then we will get the equation of tangents at origin. Now points of intersection we have to know to trace the curve. We have to find the point of intersection which cuts x-axis and y-axis. Therefore, point of intersection of curve and x-axis are obtained by putting y is equal to 0 in the given equation of curve. That is, if you fail y is equal to 0 in the given equation of curve, then we will get point of intersection of curve and x-axis. Similarly, if you fill x is equal to 0 in the given equation of curve, then we will get point of intersection of curve and y-axis. And also, if we fill in place of x, y, in place of y, x in the given equation of curve, then point of intersection of curve and the line y is equal to x we will get. After that, asymptote we have to calculate. To calculate the asymptote, equate coefficient of highest power of y to the 0. Then we will get the asymptote parallel to y-axis. And to calculate asymptote parallel to x-axis, we have to equate coefficient of highest power of x to 0. Then we will get the asymptote parallel to x-axis and y-axis. After that, we have to solve for x and y, and we can find out the region of the curve where it exists and does not exist. After that, we have to solve dy by dx and we have to find the points for dy by dx is equal to 0 or dy by dx is equal to infinity. Then we will get tangents parallel to the x-axis or tangents parallel to the y-axis. That is, for the points dy by dx is equal to 0, then we will get tangents parallel to the x-axis. And for dy by dx is equal to infinity, we will get tangents parallel to the y-axis. After that, we have to calculate whether dy by dx is greater than 0 or dy by dx is less than 0. Then we can confirm curve is increasing or a curve is decreasing. After that, we have to calculate d square y by dx square, differentiating one more time with respect to x, the given calculated dy by dx. Then if it is greater than 0, we can know that its curve, it is a concave curve if d square y by dx square is less than 0 for a convex curve. And if d square y by dx square is 0 and one more time higher order derivatives, that is d cube y by dx cube is not 0, then at that point we will get the points of inflection. Like that, observing all these points, we can trace the Cartesian curve. Any type of Cartesian curves we can trace.